The HOK is the toughest environment, and or at your own risk is the toughest environment. The HOK is the toughest environment. Yeah, stay strong, don't cry. It's the toughest environment. Yeah. No handouts here. You have to earn your respect. And when you do, you make they ass regret. They call it the toughest, and the title is earned from the bridges we crossed and the lessons we learned. In a cold-blooded kingdom, a concrete cage. Muslim, Christian, Israelites step on the stage. I dare you, I dare you, I dare you, I dare you. In a cold-blooded kingdom, sa.neter created. HOK, where you can't fake it. The HOK is where you fight back. No room for error, no window attack. It's a masterclass, how you handle the heat. Where the pedigree is written on the concrete streets. Toughest environment, yeah, we know the score. Locked in on debate and asking for more. The HOK is the toughest environment. Enter at your own risk is the toughest environment. The HOK is the toughest environment. Stay strong, don't cry. It's the toughest environment. Yeah.
God damn. This right here, Reggie versus Jabari, are the Neters literal. This is like the Ali Joe Frazier fight right here, baby. It's going down. This, you know, only the HOK brings you stuff like this. Top notch. Top notch. This is a heavyweight matchup. Everything is on the line. Reggie feels so confident, y'all, that he's going to take Jabari out. He almost got me shaking in my boots a little bit. Yeah. Y'all don't want to miss this, because I'm going to let you know right now, this is going in the safe to next year. This is one of the top heavy hitters. Now, I know y'all always say, oh, you say that to all of them. No, but this one, man, this is going in the safe deposit box. And we locking this joint up. This is going to be the Ali Frazier fight here. Everything is on the line. The belt, the title matchup, peace and black power to my brother Amon McCarthy. Yeah, we're going to do that, Amon Ra. We're going to do that. I got you coming up this week. I would say next week sometime. Next week, yep. Next week. Oh, you know what? We might get it in tomorrow. Let me know when you're off, Amon Ra McCarthy. We might get it in tomorrow. Yeah, so I want everybody to know, man, that this right here is going to be, I think, Jabari's toughest fight yet. July the 11th, tickets will be on sale tonight. Tickets will be on sale tonight. You know, tickets will be on sale tonight. Early bird tickets is $35. Early bird tickets is $35. If you don't mind paying the $45, you ain't got to worry about it, because we will be going up after a week. It's going to be $35 for a week, but then it'll go up to $45 after that week is done. So it's up to y'all. If y'all don't mind giving the extra 10 as a donation, I appreciate it. Osaze, 7 Osaze, I would appreciate it. But it's going down. Let me drop the link in case y'all want to get it in before my game come on. I just got back in the house. And just got back in the house. And so I said, oh, I got about a good 2 hours here. Let me get on the line and talk to the people. Start this promo early. This is what the people been waiting for. You know? The link is in the chat. sa.neter, you want to come in before the people come in? Let's go. That way, you know, you can get your joint off. Get it off. Get it all off your chest, brother. Let's go. And so let me let everybody know what's supposed to be going down tomorrow. Let me make sure Jabari is on point on this. Damn, I hope he pick up because he's been in class grading the papers lately. He's been grading the papers lately. So I'm gonna hope he's out right now because this semester supposed to be done with. Calling Jabari. Osaze. Calling Jabari Osaze.
Please, hold on. So I don't know if I can hear you. Hold on.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
All right. Couldn't connect. Okay, I said it couldn't connect. Come on, Jabari, pick up. All right. Jabari ain't pick up. Let me let y'all know what's supposed to go down tomorrow for Jabari. Jabari gonna be taking Kassad, this little boy right here, to school. Kassad is arrogant. He's arrogant. He think he knows everything. And I don't know why he would pick this topic to challenge Jabari. You know what I'm saying, 7? I don't know why he would pick this topic to challenge Jabari. Did the Exodus really happen according to the Bible? Woo! God damn.
Yeah, his ego is what's gonna get him get his head busted.
Yeah, he's cocky. His ego, he young, and he think he knows everything, and he think the Bible is literal.
Facts.
Oh, Gideon said facts. Shout out to my man Gideon. One thing I love about Gideon, he'll let you know, brother, this is what I feel, this is what I believe, and I'm rolling with it. Gideon stay on the square, so shout out to Gideon for that. You know, he stay on his square. But
Gideon stays
solid. Do you feel that the Bible is literal, Gideon? Do you look at the Bible as being literal?
In some spots it is, like, you know.
Like what spot?
Like when it's talking about, you know, David numbering the people, or Moses coming out of Egypt with 300,000 fighting men. Like, I take that as literal. But when he talking about Revelation or in the book of Daniel, when he see the Son of Man coming down, that's not literal. So it's all about which part of the book you're talking about.
You said 300,000 coming out of Egypt, right?
Yeah.
When you say 300,000 coming out of Egypt, are these Israelites?
They're Israelites in the sense that they're under that covenant, so to speak, but they came in 70 plus people and left out as that many. So it was definitely a lot of intermarriage where the Egyptian women either came under the Israelite banner or the Egyptian men decided to leave and come under the Israelite banner. And, you know, so yeah, like genetically, it was a lot of Egyptians mixed in with us. Yeah.
I'm going to tell you something, brother. Y'all learning a lot from me and not the Israelites, because I used to bust y'all bubble. I used to bust y'all pinata on that, because y'all would be so happy to say, oh, look how many coming out of Egypt. And what did I do? The people who know me, they know I asked you that only 77 went in, but thousands came out. Why is that? Because they were having sexual relations with the ancient Egyptians. The Egyptian men was with the Hebrew women, and the Hebrew women was with the Egyptian men. And so they multiplied, they multitude, and they had babies, brother. So that's why I always ask Cesaria, how do you know that they are Hebrew? They mix. They are mixed, brother.
Yeah,
So let me ask you the question I asked to Zoriak, that the Hebrews now, because I made a lot of y'all change y'all doctrine, brother. The Hebrews are now making clips off of me and Captain Tazoriak discussion we had Saturday. And so I asked you, is it fair that a Hebrew woman can go outside of Israel and have sex with people who are enemies? And the Israelite men, can they have sex with their enemies and the Gentiles, brother, like the Chinese, the Africans, and stuff like that? We're gonna clean it up. We're not gonna get crazy. We're making it clean here.
The Israelites, or rather, specifically speaking, the Torah says the only people we should marry are the people that love the Most High. Them the only people we should marry.
That's not what I asked you. I didn't ask you that question. The question I asked you was, is it, and anyway, these people didn't love the Most High, that they were marrying. So
okay, so yeah, that's
hold on. Let me ask you again. Is it all right for the Israelites to go outside of Israel and get a wife who is not an Israelite?
If she believe in the Most High, yeah, it's totally fine.
Oh wow. Oh wow, I want to get you on record. Do you hear what you're saying?
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, so right now you believe in the Most High, so you could go to Japan and get you a Japanese woman if you want.
I mean, that ain't my cup of tea, but if I wanted to, yeah.
Oh, brother, you know that's not correct, brother. I don't know.
That's right and exact, son. If she loves the Most High and she's willing to follow Torah, it doesn't matter, because it ain't no such thing as a race, bro. It's only one race.
Man, this is sad, brother, that you would go this limb to do that.
You have to show me that in the Bible, sir. It don't matter who you about to call, unless you about to call Bible online and they read it back to you. But yeah, you can't get no man to tell me what show me in the Bible where it say that.
Hey, Osaze 7, talk to him. I'm gonna get the scripture. Talk to him, Osaze.
Yeah,
hey, so what's going on, brother Gideon?
Shalom, what's good?
Nothing, just chilling, lounging. You ready for this clash of these titans, for this thriller in Manila, this rumble in the jungle with Reggie and brother Jabari?
Oh, you know I'm ready for it. The question is you ready for it?
Oh man, I've been on the front row from the beginning.
The community ready for it.
Oh yeah, the comedic community. I'm not part of the comedic community, but I know that they're ready, because this goes deeper than brother Jabari and Reggie.
Hey, you ever heard the joke Dave Chappelle told about how, and you know, he kind of compared it to somebody wearing a fireman's outfit? You ever heard that joke?
Yeah, I heard that joke where he said, if you dress and look like, just because I'm dressed like it don't mean I'm in. Yeah, I know that. I know which joke you referring to.
Yeah, so that kind of remind me a lot of y'all, you know, brothers that's in a conscious community with these comedic names. Like, you say you're not comedic, but you got comedic names. You speak comedic culture, but not you. But a lot of them, when they get pressed and their feet get put to the fire, that's when they abandon it altogether, or say they don't believe in it the way they used to, giving so much benefit of the doubt to their ignorance, meaning not knowing what they're really, you know, worshiping.
You'd have to show me an example of that, brother, because I have a comedic name, Unc has a comedic name, sa.neter has a comedic name. None of us has said we're comedic or say that we practice comedic spirituality, right? We just appreciate the information from Kemet and the powerful messages and symbolism. So we've adapted those names because of those reasons, not particularly because of the culture.
Hold on for a minute, my brother. I'm sorry. Yo, my man, I see that I got to keep teaching you Israelites. And I knew better already. How dare you, brother? Hey, Elder Suntan, turn on your camera. I need to see you, brother.
What up, though?
I need you to get Deuteronomy 7, verse 3 to 4. I'm surprised at Gideon. But I'm going to keep slapping you up, Gideon, with this truth.
Yeah. Yeah, you got it. Now you could definitely show me that, man.
I'm going to show it to you.
Yeah.
You said 7 verse 4.
Deuteronomy 7 verse 3 to 4. See, and I'm not even an Israelite, bro, and I know this stuff because I deal with them. I don't memorize them like y'all do, but I know what the laws are. And this is one of the laws. This is in Deuteronomy. Go ahead.
No doubt. What's good, OG Suntan? How you doing, man?
Peace, my brother. You know you my man, Gideon.
Deuteronomy, King James Version, brother. King James Version.
That's what I put it to the KJV.
Okay.
I know that's what you be wanting.
Yeah, because that's what they rate.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Neither shall thou make marriage with them. My daughter thou shalt not give unto.
You breaking up, Suntan. Suntan, you breaking up. You broke up, Suntan. Suntan, you was breaking up. Start over.
I'm breaking up.
Now you good. Say it again. Read it over. All right, you breaking up, man.
Neither
I gotta get it.
Shall thou make marriages with them? I wonder why. Never.
Go ahead. Take it from the top, brother. Go ahead. You good now.
I'm good. You sure?
Yeah, go ahead.
Neither shall thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter shall not give unto his son, his daughter shall not take unto thy son. For thou wilt turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly.
What do you think that's talking about, brother Gideon?
I know what it's talking about.
Tell me.
It's not saying I can't marry somebody who follows the Most High.
Gideon, are you serious? You can't go outside of Israel, brother. It's
no. Who is them, God? You got to understand who is them. Who is he talking about?
You know what? I'm gonna do better than that, man. Watch this. Watch this, man. I do even better. And before I get to that, all right, Suntan, go to Joshua 23. Go to Joshua 23. I'm surprised you're doing this to me, man. It's showing you that I know the Bible more better than you, Gideon.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Okay, so you can hear me?
I hear you loud and clear.
I'm gonna read it in context for you, right? Real fast. When Yahweh Elohim bring them into the land where y'all go to possess and has cast many nations before you, Hittites, Girgashites, Amorites, Canaanites, Perizzites, Hivites, Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. And when Yahweh Elohim shall deliver them before thee, you shall smite them, utterly destroy them, make no covenant with them, no mercy to them.
Your enemies.
Now this the verse you're talking about where you just isolated in horrible context. This like eisegesis of the year. Neither shalt thou make marriages with them. Thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shalt thou take unto thy son, for they will turn away thy son from following me. So that's, again, you're not showing me nothing going against what I said that's in the Torah, where if a woman or a man decides to follow the oracles of the Most High, we can definitely make marriage with them. It's just that in this specific case, it's talking about 7 nations that were banned before the land in the name of the Most High for their wicked and abominable ways. That's what that is. So you got to read it in context, bro. I don't mind these people going to hell for denying the Most High because they might not go. Because if you don't believe, some people say you don't go. I don't mind people hating the Most High. But let's be real about it, and that's
not what we're talking about. We're not talking about hating the Most High. We're talking about, is it permissible to marry outside of your nation, outside of Israel, according to the laws? And you're saying yes.
Of course, yeah. That verse does not discredit that.
I'm saying no. You're saying yes. Let me see if I can get this Israelite on the phone and see what he say. You still at work, bro? You got Joshua 23?
Yeah.
Okay. Joshua 23, verse 12 to 13.
Else if ye do in any wise go back and cleave unto the raiment of these nations, even these that remain among you, and shall make marriages with them, and go in unto them, and they to you. 13. Know for certainty that the Lord your God will no more drive out of any of these nations from before you. But there will be snares and traps unto you, and scourges in your sides, and thorns in your eyes, until ye perish from off this good land which the Lord God hath give you.
Did you hear what the Lord would do to you, Gideon? If you go out and marry them? I don't think you hear that. Read, and Gideon, what do you get from that right there then? Let's see what you got on that one.
It's the same prohibition. We are told not to marry unbelievers. Those are unbelievers.
No, it's not. It's telling you about your race. Don't go outside of Israel, brother. Because they are unbelievers, right?
Exactly.
They are unbelievers. So it's telling you not to go outside of Israel, brother.
Right. But when women or men can come unto us. We see that with Rahab. She was once a harlot. She was a prostitute. She came into the house of Israel. We see that even with Ruth, who was in the bloodline of Yeshua himself. So we see all this. Moses, he marries a Zipporah, a Cushite woman. None of these acts were against Torah. So
I was calling to Zariach, and then I called Daniel Allah. I don't need them, because this is where I'm going to kill you at. You said that you can't marry an unbeliever, but if they believe and they are out of Israel, it's all right to marry them, right?
Correct.
Hey, brother Suntan, let's go to Deuteronomy 21, verse 10 to 14. This is where I cut you bad now. Now I cut you bad. This is where you die at. See, I had to lead you in, because you know you're proud. You don't want to admit when you're wrong, even though you were wrong on both of those scriptures. But this is where I get you.
What?
Deuteronomy 21, verse 10 to 14. Read.
Okay, Deuteronomy 21, verse 10 to 14.
Yes.
1 second, sir. Here we go. Uh-oh. Hold on, sir.
Deuteronomy 21.
Deuteronomy 21.
Verse 10 to 14.
So I hope you ain't going to what I think you're going to, because that destroys your argument.
Where I'm going
is
listen, say it again. Come on, Suntan, you on the right one. You on the right one.
I mean, Deuteronomy 21, verse 10. When thou goest forth to war against thine enemies, and thy Lord thy God have delivered them into thine hand.
Suntan, stop. Right now, we want to first establish, my brother Gideon, that these are his enemies. That these are the enemies of the Most High. So when you go amongst the enemies, continue, Suntan.
And thou seest among the captive a beautiful woman, and has a desire unto her, that thou wouldst have her to thy wife. Then thou shalt bring her home to thine house, and thou shalt shave her head and pare her nails. And she shall be put in raiment of her captivity from her, and shall remain there in thine house, and bedwell her husband and her mother for a month. And after that thou shalt go into her, and be her husband, and she be thy wife.
Stop. That's good enough. Number one, we already established that she's the enemy of God, of the Most High. Number two, we established that she is one of the, she's a woman that hates the Most High. They don't love the Most High. They are enemies of the Most High. But guess what the Most High said? If you see her and she's beautiful to you, guess what? Take her. Let her be your wife. Take her for your wife. So that right there cuts you again, because you said only a believer you can have sex with.
So, Sa, are you arguing yourself?
No,
Then one minute you're saying we can only marry in Israel. I asked you for a verse that showed that, and you couldn't, but you went to the total opposite verse that proves you wrong. So you're arguing yourself, because that verse right there shows when we go to war against our enemies, we are marrying somebody outside of Israel. So let's at least get that established. You arguing yourself. So which point are you taking?
all right, here's what I'm taking. Gideon, you're not slicker than me. You're not that slick. You said that we can marry outside of our race if they are a believer. This woman was not a believer, brother. She was an enemy to y'all. Remember, no, hold on. Remember, God delivered his enemies unto you. So that's showing you that these are enemies to God.
Okay.
To the Most High.
If you had 300,000 ninjas come in your city and cut every man's head off in the name of their God, you as a woman, she gonna believe in that God. Trust and believe. She's not gonna be told whatever God she talking about, because that God of Israel came and he handled business. All the men gonna be dead. Like, so that's how it's gonna be.
Going on if stuff. If this would have happened.
No, I'm saying that's what it's gonna be.
If this happens, show it to me in the Bible. That's
you
think. Now stop, Gideon. All you got to do is say, Salaki, I was wrong on that. Let's move forward, Sar. You got that one. But you ain't going to do that.
Because what I was wrong about?
You was wrong that when you said we can marry those who believe in the Most High. They believe in the Most High.
Right. Well, sorry, you know, this what I'm saying, sir.
You're wrong on that,
brother. No, because you're getting like
apostle, brother.
It's like you're getting real minute with the conversation. Like, when I say enemy, I mean like you can't go and marry somebody like a Delilah, you know, a woman who blatantly worships other gods. Like it says, when Solomon multiplied many wives and concubines to him, that was a sin. You know, the Most High looked at that as a bad thing for Solomon, because it brought him into the paths of these other gods.
You know what?
In the situation of a war, real quick, in the situation of a war, you know, this woman, you know, she's not going to be displaying who her God is. She's not going to be exclaiming the God of her fathers or the God that, you know, she worshiped. She's not going to be doing that. And a man of Israel is not going to be attracted to a woman like that. You know what I'm saying? So,
you know what, Gideon? I'm going to call Apostle. And I beat him up so bad that I taught him, and he might be so scared to answer the question. But when he do answer the question, he's going to answer it in a whole new way, because he think I'm trying to get him. But watch this. Pick up Apostle.
Apostle is real wise. It's just some of that camp doctrine he can't get through, and he still got it. But once he give it to the word, Apostle, he a mighty elder already. So
Apostle might be asleep. He was up last night with Nepal late on the channel.
Please leave your message.
All right, yeah, Apostle is knocked out. I got another one. Let me try another one. Go ahead and talk, Gideon.
Yeah, so that's what I like to do. I like to read the Bible and see what the Bible say. And somebody talk. The Bible got a lot of places where people can insert their own understanding, which is where we get Judaism from. So, you know, with that understood, I stick straight to the text, you know.
Mm-hmm, I hear you.
Right,
I hear you.
Hey, sir, this is a little off topic, but I got something to say.
Hold on, because I got the caller.
Yeah. So that's what we promote over here, reading the Bible. Not listening to what somebody else say, but reading the Bible.
That's what I said right now.
Hello?
Hey, Kassad. Peace to you, brother. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. If you hear like a loud wind, that's because I'm on the highway, right?
All right. I want to ask you a question. You ready for tomorrow, right?
What you mean I'm ready for what's tomorrow?
Damn, don't you and Jabari supposed to get it in tomorrow?
No, son. I text you a date.
And
We agreed to July 11th.
You got to look at that. You got to look at it, brother. July 11th? Oh, man. I might be making a mistake. All right.
Yeah,
But
that's
anyway,
the date me and Jabari
okay,
said.
anyway, let me ask you this. And be honest with me. I'm not trying to catch you out there. I got Gideon on the line, and me and him having a nice little discussion. Is it all right?
Bro, you gonna try to use me to battle or Gideon?
No, you don't know. You don't know what side we choosing.
Besides, look, I'm talking up to not let it happen, but you good, bro.
Chill, chill. Kassad, I want to ask you, is it all right for Israelites, to marry outside of their nation according to the Bible? Yes or no? Like, say they want to marry the Chinese, the Japanese, the African, the European. Is it all right if they believed in the Most High? You saying that's cool?
You ain't gotta add the if they believe in the Most High part. In the law, it doesn't state except for the Canaanites that you cannot marry these people.
Thank you, brother.
And the Levites have to marry inside of Israel.
Thank you, brother. Gideon said,
that's just what we read and what I just agreed to. Deuteronomy 7 said that.
Gideon said you can marry outside of Israelites. That's what Gideon said. He said you can marry the Chinese, the Japanese, the African, and the European. Gideon said,
no, I said except for those 7 nations in Deuteronomy 7. That's what I said.
Yeah, you did not say none of that, brother.
I did, bro, because that's the first verse.
Hold on. Do you hear this now, Elder Santan? You hear what he's saying now?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Did you hear him say any of that?
I just heard him say if they believe, then
right.
they can marry.
So Gideon, you got to stop this, brother.
Oh, okay, now playback is golden, side. So just be cool. So when you went to Deuteronomy 7, did I not start from verse 1 and read it in context, stating how it's 7 nations, the Girgashites, Hittites, Jebusites, those nations we cannot marry. And if I'm not mistaken, that's exactly what Kassad just said. So we don't even much have to, besides that's what I'm saying, we don't even much have to go to the Chinese man, the African man.
No, stop. I'm going to ask you again right now. Is it all right, Brother Gideon, for the Israelites to go outside of Israel and marry the Japanese, the Chinese, the white man, the African? Because that's what I asked you at the beginning. Those are all the people that I asked you, brother. And you said, as long as they believe in the Hawashah, yes, you can.
Right. And did you name any of those 7 nations in Deuteronomy 7?
I named the people I just named.
Did you name the people in Deuteronomy?
The white man, the Japanese, the Chinese man, the African man. Is it all right to marry them, Gideon?
Yes, it's all good. Yeah, it's good, bro. It's just like Kassad just said.
Did you hear that, Kassad? He said, yes, you can marry the Japanese, the Chinese, the African, and the white man, Kassad. What do you say to that, Kassad?
The same answer I gave earlier.
Thank you, brother.
You heard my answer, right?
Thank you. And I knew better than that. I already knew the answer to it.
But where's the disconnect? I'm saying the only people Torah forbids us to marry is listed in Deuteronomy 7. Like, what's different? What's the difference?
You don't hear the difference.
I'm just leaving. I'm gonna leave that for the internet, for the panel, for the chat to see, and they can answer.
You just said that it's all right to marry the white man, the Japanese, the Chinese, and the African. You said that,
right? But you didn't name none. You didn't name none of those nations in Deuteronomy 7.
Brother, I don't need to name them. You said it's all right.
You have to
Marry them. No, I don't.
Yes, you do. If you're going by the Bible, sir.
No, you know why I don't have to name them? Let me tell you why. Because my question is not about them. My question was, can you marry the white man? Can you marry the Japanese? Can you marry the Chinese and the African? That's my question.
Ask me that question again. Ask me the question again.
You already said it.
I'm trying to so you can understand what I'm saying. So just ask me that question again. I'm gonna give you a real quick answer. You on mute.
All right. I'm gonna let you get a chance to change it up. As an Israelite, is it all right to go outside of your nation and marry the Japanese, the Chinese, the Europeans, the white man? Is it all right to marry them?
The only people we can't marry is listed in Deuteronomy 7. Those are the only nations we can't marry.
And who is that?
Those would be the Canaanites, the Jebusites.
Stop, brother. Don't give me that Canaanite nonsense. Tell me who the people are today. Because when you say the Canaanites, the Parasites, the Duduites, and all that nonsense, give me the name of the people today, brother.
Well, I couldn't give you the name of those people because most of those people are destroyed.
So who are
the prophet Ezekiel and Jeremiah?
So who are the Canaanites today? Who would them people be?
Oh man, that's your guess is better than mine.
Damn, you don't even know that?
Yeah, no, it's hard to say, man. I don't know.
Okay, but get in. You got cut on this, brother.
Actually, I didn't, sir. But I'm glad you kept your composure because I seen you, but you've been doing this a while, so you ain't gonna let it get to you. But I seen you getting there. Shout out to Kasai, man.
Because I already know that I can't turn up on the channel like that and use profanity. Shout out to my little brother Morpheus, one of the assassins when it comes to this information. Shout out to Morpheus, man. So I mean, it is what it is. What do you say, Suntan? Do you find the brother to be a hypocrite, a liar, or just don't know? What do you think?
I find him to be a regular Israelite. They got to contain to the book and make it the understanding seem the way that the book reads. See,
you know what I see?
That's what he does. He's
what I see, man. What I see is when I be getting at these brothers, they try so hard to protect God. They try to protect God, like they acting like they protecting God when the Most High himself or herself or it said that he's wicked, he's evil, he do all the wicked stuff, he'll do all the good stuff. That's what they trying to cover up. They trying to cover up his evil to make it fair seeming. You understand what I'm saying?
I get you.
When God don't need you to do that.
No.
Because he said, when you see calamity in the land, I want you to know that I did that. I did that.
The Most High is terrible.
When you see these women getting raped, and I'm taking these women and putting them on the roof before the whole world of Israel, I want you to know that I did that. I did that. I gave them the green light to go up in there and grape that woman.
I look at this thing from a whole different perspective than the way people look at it. Because I deal with realism. They don't want to deal with the realism part. Right, that man doing all this stuff, and you putting a label on it as God, because that's who they worship. And they think that when I do this, and Sunday, they think when Morpheus do this, when I do this, that we blaspheming God. We are not. We're telling you what the book is saying. Yeah. We're telling you what your God is saying. We're not making this up because we can show it to you in the scriptures.
What people say you blaspheme God as? So I'll give you an example.
People that say God, they say that. Yeah, sa.neter is talking about our God. Sa.neter is wow, he talking about our God. I don't be talking about your God. I be trying to teach y'all about your God because y'all don't know. Y'all think God is some type of dude that tiptoe through the tulips and bring flowers and sing happy songs. When he said, I am a Lord, I'm the Lord of war. He said, I'm the Lord of war, God damn it.
He just talking out the book.
No, I agree with you, sir. That's true. You're right. What's wrong with
That's
that?
man.
Oh, dripping with blood, brother.
Yeah.
He's
Straight out the
war,
book.
and y'all trying to make him like Peter Pan or something.
Oh no, I would never do that, man. I would never do that. I try to at least warn the people like how it's gonna be like if they don't repent. You know what I'm saying? Like this.
Man of war, matter of fact, yeah,
Huh?
the man of war, God of war.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
That's a human.
His garment is gonna be drenched in blood, bro. Like
that's
if a
man's
person don't
rule.
understand that, that's crazy.
Hey, look here. Let me say this to you: if people of this year 2026 can't understand the mythos and all the things that's relegated to the book, if you can't understand, they want to take it literal. That's on you because, like I said, man wrote that's a human man ways the way that book is written. So they want to put it under the label of that's their God and they want to follow those ways. So, that makes it very arbitrary to me because I'm going to stick with what you got your own personal faith. If you want to keep it like that, you cannot go off pushing that book on somebody else. You believe what you want to believe. And I know man wrote it, Gideon. So
sometimes we passed the mythos. It's time these people understand that mythos mean it's fake. And what's written is very real, and that's why I'm loving this debate that's coming up, and I think it's gonna be top 5 because what Reggie is doing, he's trying to at least wake up the people out of the slumber and really see what this Egyptian text is saying. You know what I'm saying? You can still appreciate the text, but understand what it's saying and have some proper methodology behind what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, Jabari bet not come in here thinking that this is the old Reggie you used to slap up and beat up. This is a different Reggie right here, bro. Reggie and Jabari have been debating for damn near 20 years already, y'all.
Yeah.
Not on camera. It's been off camera, most of them. So I'm telling you, man, I kind of think, Reggie, this is going to be a real tough heavyweight fight right here. Only because Reggie do know more of the Metal Nature than Jabari. Yeah. I think Jabari is skillful in debating.
Not only that, he knows the history.
Hold up. For example, look at Captain Tazariak when he debates. 75% of Captain Tazariak debates, he be wrong. But he wins based off of his style of debating. You get it? You get where I'm going?
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? Because people don't know how to counter his mistakes. They don't see Jabari. He goes, as you talking, Reggie, Jabari goes and look it up and hits you right back on time with the thing when he come back. See, so Captain could be 75% wrong and still win the goddamn debate.
Well, you gave him the right name, Mayweather, because he do a lot of evading, and he never really like Mayweather never is not known for fighting no dogs. Not saying Jabari never fought no dogs, but he is good around that ring. You know what I'm saying? But Reggie like George Foreman in this one. So this like I say, Reggie he just gonna hold a mirror up. He's gonna hold a mirror up to Kimmy, and he's gonna have to make y'all look at the image. And y'all gotta stop putting roses around the image. That's all.
We can get right back to this, but I seen a sad thing at y'all New Yorkers, man. It looked very sad to me, dude.
What's that?
On national TV, man, they beat the hell out this dude and made him take off the San Antonio jersey.
Yeah, I know about that.
That's wow.
I don't agree with that right there.
Yeah, that's a bad look.
Crazy. That's just getting too crazy with it.
Come on, that's New York. Come on.
That was a bad look. We can get
even
back
in
to the
New York, you make us look bad with that stupid stuff, man. Come on.
But sometimes you gotta know where you at, Si. You can't go to talking crazy and you've been drinking and all.
He was talking crazy.
Can I say this, Si?
We can get back to the conversation. I seen that Si was damn. That guy in New York looking bad, man.
Yeah, I just want to say this real quick because my brother asked me. He's a Spurs fan, even though we live in California. He's been a Spurs fan his whole life. His name is Justice Rule. He wanted to tell me. He said, "Tell sa.neter, go Spurs." I said, "Well." So he watches you. He's the one that introduced me to your channel. 15 years ago, and he watches a lot. So yeah, he's a real big Spurs fan.
I still want the Nets to win.
Okay. Tell him I said good luck, man. Good luck.
I will.
What's gonna happen in New York?
All right,
So who you think gonna win the debate?
I think that Jabari is going to win. I've been saying that from the beginning because from my studies and my research and listening to the lectures of all of these white and black people who study Kemet, they've always said that the Neteru were principles, forces, energies, amongst other things. They said that the people believed that they were literal. There's a whole bunch of different ways to look at the Neteru. So from my studies, I'm in line with Jabari.
But that last line you said that they think they're literal. So you the just turn the face.
Literal don't mean real.
No, literal means real.
No, it does not. Real and literal is two different things.
Yeah.
So the title of the debate is were the what? Neters real?
Yeah, all the Neters is real. I'm literal. All the Neters real.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
Right. And did the ancient people think they were real? They definitely thought they were real.
No, that's not the debate. The debate is not if the ancient people believe if they're real.
Right.
Well, that's what I'm speaking of that then. The ancient people of Egypt, they thought they were real, and they thought some of those Neteru were real people. They had real people bodies. They were anthropomorphic.
No, I agree with the truth that I got up on the screen. He says Reggie won't be convincing enough. And so, Reggie, you see this comment, you better be convincing, brother. That's all. Don't brush over something that you know that's real. You got to stick to that.
Let me say this, and this is what got me kind of swaying a little toward Jabari. Tell me how much sense this makes to the whole panel. He said that literal can be like people want freedom, but it ain't real. It's just people want freedom. Freedom is literal. So
freedom is real. Freedom is real. You can't touch freedom.
Listen,
the Statue of Liberty represents something, but that's not a statue of a real actual being. That statue represents a principle and certain type of morals. So you can have principles and morals are real, right?
No, but they're
not tangible. They're not literal. You can't touch them.
Exactly. So Jabari is saying those principles aren't.
Yo, I'm talking. That's the correct way to say it. The Statue of Liberty is real.
Right.
Not literal.
Not literal.
Yes. It's not a depiction of a literal person.
Right.
There you go.
So the title is, are the Neteru real?
No.
So Jabari saying they're not real.
No, the title is, are they literal? Are the Neters literal?
There you go.
Okay, so when you say literal, meaning like, are they like with human properties?
Yeah, are they living? Were they, as the depictions that we said, human beings walking around with animal heads? They are not literal beings in that depiction. They are not.
Dizali, come on in, hit the panel because you still don't understand. Dizali, hit the panel, man. Come on in.
It does seem like it's kind of rather like it's kind of getting muddled up. So we all know Ra and Amun and all of them. We know they ain't real. The proof is in the pudding. They been.
No, they're not literal, but they are real.
They're not.
Those concepts are real. The ideology is real.
Yeah,
they are real.
But Set didn't go looking for and put nobody together. She didn't go grab a
literally, she did not literally do that. You're right. You're right. That's the difference between real and something being real and something being literal.
Some people
love is real, right? Love is real, but you can't touch love.
No.
Some people think the debate topic is weak. Only one dude said that, but it's not weak because there are people who believe that they are literal. That's a powerful topic, brother.
That's where it came from, though, sa.neter. It came from the Hebrews.
Extra point. You missing an action. You don't see it. You don't see Tahuti got a big following over there.
Thank you.
And they think, and he teaches that the numbers are literal, brother.
Yes, he does.
That's what he teach.
Yep.
No, this is an important topic. And Reggie and Tahuti is talking in the back, which is fine. It's all right. if you got somebody you want to talk to and get some information, it's
Right.
cool.
So, all the text that we have on the netters, all the depictions, it speaks to them being literal. And when I say literal, I also mean some of these netters were anthropomorphized, and some of these netters were believed to walk the earth. So, if you want to reduce it now to say that these are just principles and manifestations of nature, then you're changing the text as we know it.
Jabari said that these are principles.
That's right.
He didn't
Yeah,
limit
then
himself to
he's
that too, though.
changing it.
Let's understand this. Jabari just mentioned those few things that represented the Neteru, but he didn't never say they were just principles, they were just energy, they were just forces. He never said that. Those were just some of the words he used for the Neteru.
Jabari, come on in, Jabari. I see you. If you got any time, Jabari, come on in. I had Reggie earlier. Reggie said he gonna smack the living mess out of you. He ain't say that, but that's what he's saying.
Hey, sa.neter, and 7. I'm sitting right in front of the Neteru right now. I got it taped on my wall. Ra the sun, Shu the wind, Nut the element, the sky, Gab the earth, and Osiris the water. I got that tape right
Beautiful.
here.
Right. So you're having selective scholarship, Suntan. That's what you're doing. Look up the God.
What?
Look up the God men. Look up the God men and see if God men was a principle or just a essence.
God men.
Yeah, M-I-N.
M-I-N.
Are you familiar with? Are any one of y'all familiar with that?
Are you talking about are you talking about one of the Neterus of Kemet? Is that what you're referring to?
That's all we talking about.
Okay,
Yeah,
so any Neteru that you bring up, whether or not the people believe they were literal, does not make them literal.
Right.
No, yes, it does. It very
No, it
much
does
does.
not.
So.
No, it does not, Gideon.
That's just like
What?
y'all believe Moses opened up the sea.
So if I read a
Okay.
book, so if I read
Nobody
Superman 100
believes
years, wait a minute, hold on,
Moses
Gideon, I'm gonna
opened
give you an
the Red
example. So
Oh,
if
yes,
I
they
introduce
do,
these people
Gideon.
to Superman 100 years from now, and or let
But
me
you
do
didn't think
Spider-Man.
Superman was
Spider-Man
real.
100 years from now, which is New York City is a real place. Barack Obama is a real person, and you have all these events with Spider-Man, and I can convince them that by your logic, I can convince them Spider-Man was a real person.
Spider-Man was real.
Hey, Gideon, what text do you read?
He read the whole Bible.
What you mean?
What text do you read?
I read copious amounts of text.
No, what about the Metal Neter?
Hieroglyphics.
Huh?
No.
I don't read. I can't read hieroglyphics.
Why you saying hieroglyphics, brother? That's Greek.
Or rather, Metal Neter. I can't read Metal Neter.
Okay. So you should stay out of this, brother. That's
Okay, see, when people resort to that argument, that's when I know they don't have one.
Just like if I don't know Hebrew, I can't tell you about Hebrew.
Right.
I gotta stay out of that now.
Jabari doesn't know Metal Neter, right?
Well, if he studied, look at hold on.
Asar doesn't know Metal Neter.
I don't think that you have to know
Hold on. Jabari do know Metal Neter.
Right.
See, Reggie may know a little more than Jabari, but Jabari do know Metal Neter, brother. And that's I don't know why people keep thinking that.
Right. His
And
wife
Jabari don't read Metal
Neter.
Okay, I've heard this from Jabari.
Making it seem like he don't.
I've heard this from Jabari himself. So maybe he's learned it since he's made that statement. So the facts still, right. The fact still remains. So are you saying the only people?
Hold on. I say, you meant to say his ex-wife.
Yeah, his ex-wife.
Yeah. Yes, it's ex. Anika is his ex. The queen Anika is his ex. Yes.
Yeah, I cleaned that up. His ex-wife been doing it for 10, 15 years.
Yeah, she's the scholar.
Right.
So she gonna correct him. So whenever he was studying, he had her to as an aid to correct anything that he misunderstood.
Gideon, did I just hear you say that you don't believe Moses opened up the sea?
Gideon said that?
Yeah.
Oh, let me hear.
Gideon. Oh, he didn't dropped off on us. He said he don't believe Moses. I asked any Israelite. They believe Jesus walked on water. They believe Moses opened up the sea. They believe all of that stuff, man.
Wow. Hey, Gideon, where you at, man?
They believe Noah's Ark. All that stuff is mythos, man. That's
But they
mythology.
believe it. That's where this whole argument is rooted at, Elder Suntan.
Right.
Because they tried to say that the ancient Kemetic people believe the same way.
Yeah, right. The people. It was
So there was pushback from that. And then here we are today.
Yep. Because we know if you got common sense and you ain't seen none of this supernatural stuff going on in our day, what makes you think it went on back then?
Yeah, you know what's crazy to me? I agree. I agree with this comment right here. Because the Hebrews, they always talking about Kemet,
Right.
and they know nothing about it. Now,
Exactly.
the who I do give respect to is Brother Zion Lex. You know
He
why?
studied.
Because Zion Lex studies Kemet.
Yes.
He studied Hebrew. He studied the Metal Netra.
Exactly.
He takes his time out and study this. I'm going to be with Zion this Sunday.
Absolutely.
I got Zion coming up this Sunday.
And you want to know something else? What's his name? What's the Hebrew name? I think anyway, he went over and started practicing Kemet too. Man, I'm looking at him in my mind. Now, y'all go ahead.
Hey, Brother Gideon, did you say you don't believe that Moses opened up the sea?
Not the Red Sea, man.
What's
you talking about?
What sea?
That was the one.
Yeah, it was no sea, man. It's all in how you read the Hebrew again. That's why I agree with Apostle where he says that the European changed some of the text, and I'm not saying they changed it with a devilish intent. It's just the nature of translation and transliteration. Really, it was just the sea of reeds, basically.
But how long have you been saying that, Gideon? And now you agree with Apostle because he said it? No, how long?
No, I've always said that, and I've demonstrated it every time. That's what a lot of Israelites mean when we say that the text, that's why we always go back to the Hebrew and parse it out if you can't read it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's important to read the Hebrew, because the English, you're going to get a lot of stuff lost in translation.
Yeah, Morpheus said he takes Zion Lex teachings on Hebrew. Great teacher. Yes, he is. Great teacher. So I want to ask you, Gideon, is Yeshua literal? Is Yeshua real?
Yes.
He was real, right?
Right. He still is real.
He could be. Is he literal? Is he literal?
Yes.
And how can you prove that to us?
There you go.
He can't prove. He can prove it to himself.
Well, I know it to be true.
There you go. There you go. Peace to you, brothers Jabari.
Peace, brother Jabari.
Shalom, shalom, brother Jabari.
Peace, family, peace. I find this very funny because I had just come in the room and I heard Gideon say, I read the text and the Kemetic people view them as literal. So I text, wait, let me mute this. So I said, ask Gideon what text he reads. You see how quickly he disappeared from that comment?
Yeah.
He don't read no text.
No.
Why would he say that, not knowing that we're gonna challenge him on it? Why would you say that? You don't read any Kemetic text.
Right.
So I only read part of what I said.
Right.
Because sa.neter is doing three things at the same time, and I get it. But the reality is he doesn't read any text.
Right.
I read the text, and the people said they were literal. Which Kemetic text says that the deities are literal?
Right.
Gideon?
Yeah, answer the question, Gideon.
Right. So first of all, I had got a call. That's why I had jumped off. And my sound is even low still because I came back on. I didn't close the window. But it's plenty of text that states that the Neteru are real. What is it? The Sekhmet, the tale of the heavenly cow is one of them. That's telling a story where we see anthropomorphic gods. I mean, it's simple.
Brother, how you quote crumble so quickly? How you crumble so quickly? Now he's saying it tells a story of anthropomorphic deities. There's no one in the world that doesn't recognize that the Kemetic people had anthropomorphic deities.
And they took that as real.
Very simple.
They believed in that story, just like we believe in the flood story.
Wait a minute. Every single time you come on here and I am on here, you embarrass yourself. You're not tired of embarrassing yourself?
Oh, man.
I clicked on the phone and heard him say, I read the text. The Kemetic people said they were literal. Wait, you read the text of the heavenly cow?
Yes, I have.
And it says that it is literal, that the deities are literal.
Right. Does it not describe them as being literal sentient beings? That's crazy. Like Jabari, what you're doing, bro, it's played out, bro. You like trying to laugh at like as if I don't know, but I'm presenting you with the text. Just tell me about the text.
Sometimes people who are in a crevasse, a canyon, a hole, need to put the shovel down. Show us where it says they're literal. And if you can't show it, you should be banned for 90 days because you're lying on sa.neter.
Okay, so are you not saying they're not presented as anthropomorphic sentient beings? Just answer the question.
Do I have to play what you said? Do I have to play
just answer the question? That's exactly the crux of what I'm saying.
Okay, wait. No. We're gonna play what you said. We're gonna play what you said. Because if you are just scandalous enough to embarrass yourself that way, we're going to continue to embarrass you. I came in and I heard you say, I read the text, and the Kemetic people said they were literal. Now we're saying they're anthropomorphic. Does anthropomorphic mean literal?
It's the same thing. Same thing, Jabari.
Literal,
anthropomorphic, sentient. It's all the same. I'm not gonna cater to that word salad you're trying to throw about trying to be, so ambiguous about something so simple to understand.
Family.
That text presents the neter group as real people.
Get in, hold on, one at a time.
Now that I repeat exactly what he said, now it's a word salad. When he said it wasn't a salad. Now that I say I didn't use any words you didn't use. Now that I repeat what you said, it's a word salad. Don't you get tired of this? Show us where in that text it says they're literal. And if you cannot, you should be banned for 90 days for lying.
Like that's such a fallacy, bro.
Lying lightly. You know this.
So you want me to show you in that text?
Yes.
It's saying that these gods are literal. That's what you want to see verbatim.
Brother, that's what you said it said.
Oh my God, bro. Oh my God. So you don't have the cognitive ability to read a text and read it in its context and not determine what genre these people are placing themselves in or what state. You don't have the ability to do that, and you've been to college,
brother. I've not just been to college.
That's crazy work. That's crazy work, Jabari.
I have several post degrees. I've not just been to college.
Well, you one of them to understand that a text doesn't have to say it's literal for you to understand the participants and the characters in the text are literal.
Brother, show it to us. Show it to us.
Okay, we can read a story out the gospel where Yahshua feeds 5,000 people.
No,
that text doesn't say this is. Now you're not okay. Go ahead. Talk, Jabari. Let me know when you're done.
The text of the Let me know when you're done. Show us where they said it's literal. Go to it right now. You said it before I got on here. Don't do this.
What you're doing, and I understand what you're doing. Because I just I'm
you on your BS.
I understand. I've been smashing you in the comments. I understand that. So you.
All right. Hold on, Jabari. Brother Gideon, it's all right to say Salaki, brother. I keep telling you that. It's wrong. Just say Salaki, man. Come on, man. You did the same thing to me before Jabari got on. You did the same thing, and now you're doing it to Jabari. You made a statement. He asked you to get it and show it, and now you coming up with all kind of crazy stuff, Brother Gideon. We love you, brother, but we trying to get you right. We trying to fix you, bro.
Right.
So, come on, man. Don't do this. Just tap out.
Right. Nah. So right.
You know what? I spoke too fast. It don't say that. Come on, brother. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's showing growth.
Right.
Okay.
So
brother.
when I said I've read the text and the text say that they literally existed, I'm using the ability to make a conclusion from text that I'm reading. The text of the heavenly cow is one of those texts. In it, when you're finished reading it and the characters that are in it, we understand that those characters are not only literal, but they're real, they're sentient, and they have emotions and feelings. So those people thought those gods, those Neteru, were real in every sense of the word, and they thought they were literal in every sense of the word. So again, with you trying to Julianne words and, you know, finally chop, like when a person have the text and the understanding in front of them, it doesn't work. And Jabari, real quick, and I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give it right back to you. I was watching a fire video of you and Zion Lex, right? Zion Lex asked you at the 2-minute mark, where is the plagiarization of the text that y'all say, you know, where did we plagiarize the laws of God and the 10 commandments? He asked that at the 2-minute mark. I stopped it at the 20-minute mark and you had yet to answer. So I wonder if you ever gonna answer that question. But go ahead, my brother.
You on mute, Jabari.
First of all, family, you should know that is called an inglorious pivot. That's what this is called. An inglorious, embarrassing pivot. Everyone.
No, I asked about that earlier. I just wanted to get you on that. You know,
pivoted to one of the weakest things that he could possibly pivot to. There is not a scholar that does not recognize that 8 of the Decalogue, 8 of the 10 commandments, are also in the 42 negative declarations of Ma'at. So if you're gonna pivot, at least pivot to something that I might get confused by. At least pivot to something that's not easy. The reality is that I just answered the question very quickly because I want you, I'm staying on you today, brother. I want you to show us where in the story, the narrative of the heavenly cow, the Kemetic people said that the deities are literal. If you are saying that they did not say it, which is what you said just a few minutes ago, you must yield. Bend the darn knee, brother. Bend the knee.
Oh, so you want me to show in the text of the heavenly cow, the Egyptian people in that text saying that they're literal? That's what you're asking me for.
Said, brother.
Oh,
that is what you said. I'm asking you to do what you said.
Bro,
I'm gonna go back and let him hear. That's wildly
juvenile, bro. That's wildly juvenile to even ask that. You know that, bro. That's good. It's very flowing. Maybe
Jabari, you ain't catch what he said. He moved it. He changed it, Jabari. He changed it to the people believe that they were real, that they were literal. Yes, we know the people, some of the people in Kemet believe that they were real. See, that's what he changed it to. But he said that the people was saying that something. What?
He said the text said
they were real. I was saying that the people thought they were real.
No, you said the text.
No, you said the text.
Yeah, and I say the text conveys that fact.
That's why I said he changed it on you, Jabari.
Wait a minute.
The text conveys that fact.
This is where Jabari got him.
I agree with what you're saying, sa.neter, but I don't want to muddy this. I'm on your back, Gideon. Show us in the text.
No, you're not, man, because that's exactly what I'm saying.
Show us in the text where the Kemetic people say the deities are literal. That is what you said. Don't make me play it.
I never had said that. What I said was we can read in I've read the Egyptian material. The people said they were literal. And when I say that, that's what I'm standing on. Somebody wrote that. The book of the heavenly cow, Somebody wrote that. So the person that wrote that, they thought that was real. They thought that was literal. That's what I mean by that. If you want to get real minute in the conversation, like, which is crazy to me, like you guys, you know, instead of fighting the argument head on, y'all run around and try to, you know, get the elderly and the young in the rear. Like, that's crazy, man.
Hey, Kim Netta, if that's you, you gotta let me know that's you back there, bro.
Brother,
you gotta let me know.
I am not making an assessment about what you said.
Okay,
I'm repeating exactly what you said. You said, I have read Kemetic text. By the way, he used plural. Now he's telling us he read one text. He said, I have read Kemetic text, and the people say that their gods are literal. I almost fell off my seat because I know Gideon has not read a darn thing. I mean, why would you come on here?
Does not the contenders of Horus instead portray them as literal and real? That's another text.
Knowing that I am always looming, why would you do it here? You could do it on someone else, some Hebrew show. You know that I'm always looming.
All right.
Why would you do that to yourself? Every single time I've spoken to Gideon, he embarrasses himself.
All right, Gideon already daggered himself. Let's move on. We got brother Lodge.
Still haven't answered the question. 25 minutes.
Hold on, brother. We got Kim Netta in the building. Kim Netta, what's on your mind, brother? We got the date set. We got the debate coming up with brother Jabari and Dr. Reggie. And what's happening?
Nothing, man. I just wanted to jump on and say peace. I didn't catch the whole show.
Ali Frazier. This is Ali Frazier. So what do you think, man? Who you got on this up and coming debate? Are the netters literal?
I'm on Jabari's side with this one from what I heard so far. So that's who I'm rocking with on this one.
Okay. That's all you got to say.
From what I've been hearing so far, man, when everybody been questioning who been coming on the panel, man, it ain't been panning out. So I mean, I gotta rock with Jabari on this one.
Okay, got you. Rakufu, you up next, brother. Who you rolling with? What you got and why?
I just can't wait to see it. I'm going to look at the debate because both of these is my men. So I'm going to look at the debate and make a final choice when you ask me after the debate.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. All right, we got to go on over to brother La. Brother La, who you rolling with and why, brother?
First and foremost, peace and blessings to all the brothers on the panel, as well as everybody in the chat and your families. As I've been stating from the beginning, I'm staying neutral.
You staying neutral live on the air, but you know what you're doing behind the scene, brother.
So I'm gonna come back because I'm low. I'm gonna come right back.
Be 100, man.
I'm staying neutral.
Yeah, live you staying neutral, which is a good thing, though. At least you keeping it behind the scene. That's good. That's a good thing, brother.
I'm keeping it behind the scenes the same way as I'm keeping it.
I'm not going for that. Stop for Allah, brother. Stop for Allah. Don't do that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is watching you live, and Allah sees everything. So don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that, brother. You know?
My thing is this, and I'm going to just be 100% transparent.
Yes.
Granted, I am now capable of reading the Menonetra.
Woo! Oh, man.
I am learning, just as Jabari is learning, just as well as Reggie is learning, and a lot of other brothers that follow the Kemetic teachings. No one's a master in studies or in learning. We are all learning. With that being the case, these two giants are far more profound in reading the text, as Jabari being a historian, as well as Reggie being a well-seasoned brother of studying and all the above. I feel for myself it's best for me to be a student, because which I am, compared to both of these brothers. I will never claim to be nowhere in any capacity, form, or fashion as knowledgeable about Kemet, the land of the blacks, however you want to define it, as these two gentlemen here. So this is an opportunity and a chance for me to be willing, humbly, to learn. And that's why I stand on being neutral.
Okay. That's beautiful. That's peace, brother. That's peace. And I want to say, Brother La, I do respect your knowledge because you are definitely a brother that studies a lot. I mean, I see you study the African languages, and that's a good thing. You study, brother. So I don't take nothing from you on that. So salute to you on that, brother. Ashe, what it is, my brother? What's up, Ashe?
Hey,
Who you rolling with on this topic and why?
I told you I was brothering with Jabari. It just because, like I told y'all earlier, when you give the examples like the Hunefer papyrus, right? And I was explaining earlier, like he's explained many of times, if you can see a man Hunefer and he be in the goal in the afterlife is to become a Sar, right? So if I'm becoming a Sar cannot be a literal person. A Sar cannot be literal. Now we know that this is symbolic. Now we know that this is metaphoric, right? Almost like an office. So with those type of things, like I said, you got the stories, the contentions of Sed and Haru, to believe that that was literal and that literally happened. And these are literal people. That'll be craziness. And I will also be to believe that the ancients were spiritual spooks, which I fail to believe. I believe that they understood the principles. I believe that they understood the metaphors and the symbolism behind these things. I did bring up earlier, like the Apis bull, which was literal. And I would like for the brother Jabari to speak to that. And peace to the brother Jabari as well. I want to ask Jabari this as well. Past the Apis bull, we've been seeing the video, and a lot of people are asking, when you in your shrine and you're doing what looks to be a prayer, what are you praying to if they're not literal? And
good question.
And
yes,
yeah. Would you like to go in on that? I ain't never speak on it because you wasn't there to defend yourself, but since you're here, I'm going to ask you about it.
Well, I want to be clear. I pray all the time. I pray many times a day. But I'm not exactly sure why we think that because you pray, that the Neteru have to be literal. See, part of the problem is that we are so familiar, so ensconced in the Western tradition that we think that if something is not literal, that it means it does not, it has no relevance. That's what we believe. When the Neteru were described by the Kemetic people, they were talking about some of the elemental and powerful forces of the universe. When I say something is not literal, it does not mean that it is not powerful. It does not mean that it is irrelevant. It just means it's not literal. That's all that means. And so the creation of the universe is an amazing event. Of all of the material in the universe was created. Energy and forces and all of those things are extremely potent and powerful, but they don't have to be literal.
Let me ask you, brother Jabari.
Hold on one second.
Can he address the Apis bull too? I want him to address the Apis bull.
Sure, I can. When Elder Suntan says he looks at descriptions of the Kemetic deities, he sees Ra is the sun, Tefnut as the moisture, Shu as the wind. When you begin to see these things, it becomes extremely clear. But see, part of the problem is folks like our brother Gideon, I'm still on you, Gideon, they haven't read anything. They haven't read anything. And this is not about whether you read the Meta-neter or not. The reality is that none of the people who come here, including myself who read the Meta-neter, has translated all of the text. There are literally, if not hundreds of thousands of texts to read, there are probably even millions of Kemetic texts to read. And the translations that you have in English are quite good. Could you read something and say, oh, I think I would have described this differently. I don't like this. Of course. But the fundamental concepts hold true.
But Jabari, how far away from spookism? How far away from spookism is it?
Now, I'm going to say to you, I have no idea what you mean by spookism. It is a derogatory term that to me has no relevance. It has no relevance. If you're going to just say something negative about something, I'm not going to describe that, try to explain why something is not negative. Either you think it's negative or not. And with regard to the Apis bull, the Apis bull was the center of a ceremony that occurred in northern Kemet. It was a bull that they said could actually be part of the essence of Asar.
Was the bull literal?
That's what they said.
Was the bull literal?
The bull itself is a bull. Of course, the bull is literal. But
Thank you.
But the bull is a symbol. The bull is not a deity.
Right.
The bull is a symbol. So I don't know why we're having these problems here.
But this, okay, Jabari, and it wasn't in a disrespectful way, but
look, use the word
when we see our Hebrew brothers,
is not a disrespectful term.
No, you gotta listen to what I'm saying, brother. You didn't let me finish even explain what I'm trying to relay on to you. When we see our Christians and our Hebrews and we see them praying to whatever they believe in, and they have this belief that it has a power and that it's listening. My question is and this is just to be fair to the audience, not a personal attack on you, but just for clarity. When they see you praying, they say I'm praying to Shu, which is moisture. Say I'm praying to Geb, which is the earth.
Brother. Shu is the wind.
Yeah, the wind, Tefnut, the moisture. Say I'm praying to these things. Why would I be praying to these things? Once I have not finished the thought. Why would I be praying to these things knowing that they have no ears to listen? That's what I mean by spooky. Spookism is the belief that you're talking to something that you know is inanimate and has no ability to communicate with you. That's that's spookism by definition.
Yeah. By the way, brother, I'm not sure why you're trying to defend the term spookism. If you're trying to understand something, denigrating it is the worst way to do it. But let me say to you that one of the fundamental concepts of the Kemetic tradition is the idea of being in tune with the order of the universe. And I know that this is going to go over some people's heads, but that's fine. I don't know. I'm not saying you, but some people are not going to get what I'm saying. These ceremonies,
never salute the flag of the country going forward.
These ceremonies, these prayers, these actions are meant to put us in tune with the very order, the very vibration of the universe. That's what we're doing. So to describe a deity with ears, I don't think that you would think that a deity literally has ears. What you are saying is that you're putting yourself in tune with something. We must remember that the Kemetic people lived in the desert. And you know that living in the desert is extremely difficult. But then, of course, they live next to this magnificent river, the longest river in the world.
All right, Jabari, I got to move forward.
Please let me finish. I know that I'm going on a little bit here.
Right, yeah.
I think one of the reasons why people have these misconceptions is because they're not hearing me describe it. I'm trying to describe something so that maybe some of you will understand. So you're next to this river. Wonderful. This means now you can survive because you're next to an amazing river. But that river floods and destroys everything. A lesser people might think that they were cursed because they're in the desert. They find a river. They go, oh, this river is wonderful. And the river destroys everything. But the Kemetic people did not do that. Why? Because they were able to judge, to dictate, to understand when the river would overflow. So instead of a flood being a catastrophic event, it was actually something that was beneficial to them. Fundamental in the Kemetic ideology is that you have to be in tune with the laws, the very vibration of the universe. That is what Ma'at is.
Okay.
So that
all right.
In doing that, we're not questioning whether a river can flood and destroy things. Moisture is very powerful, is it not?
All right, Jabari, I'm gonna need you to be a little quicker. I'm gonna need you to be a little quicker so I can get some of these people that have questions. I want to ask you this before I move on to brother Dizali. Brother Jabari, Reggie have some heavy hitters that's that he's following that's on his side. He mentioned Riketi Amin. He said Riketi Amin agrees with him. Now I don't.
He said no. Let me correct you. He said he wants to check to see if he agrees with him. He didn't say he agrees.
No, brother. No, you ain't hear it. Just say you ain't hear that. I heard it. Hold on. Let me
Wait. Don't finish it. You're giving away too much. Don't finish it.
Okay.
Don't finish it.
All right, but I want to finish telling you, he had some powerful soldiers on his team. He got Brother La, and we know he got one of the grandmaster young teachers, Morpheus. So all I want to ask you is, are you going into this debate underestimating our dear brother, Dr. Reggie?
I want to say that there's no way that I could that I could underestimate Reggie on this issue. This is an issue that has been one of the central concepts of my life for decades. For decades. I've thought about this. I've read about this. I've written about this. I've taught about this. Reggie has changed his position on this. He didn't have this position just a few years ago.
I said
his position was in line with my position. And by the way, those of you who are keen-eyed, long-term sa.neter TV, Black News 102 viewers will know that Reggie used to say that he agreed with Mfundishi until sa.neter had the gall to call Mfundishi, and Mfundishi said the same thing I am saying. Notice that he doesn't say that anymore. Today, I heard Reggie at the end of his program say that we're misinterpreting what he believes that we're misinterpreting what Mfundishi said. Mfundishi was very clear. In fact, he used the same terms that I use. Why would he think that Mfundishi, an elder priest, and a younger priest, Jabari Osaze, have not talked about this? Mfundishi's in Harlem, Jabari's in Harlem. Why would he think that? So I don't want you to go down the list of people that are on his side yet, of the scholars, because I don't want you to give too much away. But I want you to be very clear that were it not for the fact that I have been studying this for literally over 30 years, I would not be saying it. The funny thing is, when you listen to Reggie, he's changed his position. But if you listen to what I have said on sa.neter for the better part of 15 years, there is no daylight between what I have said. I've been saying the same thing. You don't think that I have read the text? You don't think so? You don't think if I'm going to challenge Gideon on a text that is not even a very common text, that I haven't read it? This is what I do for a living. I want you to understand that Reggie is going to be out of sorts because this is
he's a cooked goose. Are you saying he's a cooked goose? Are you saying you cooking?
Now wait a minute. If I say he's a cooked goose, some of you are going to think that you're talking about a Kemetic deity who is also a goose. Which Kemetic deity is a goose?
Come on, La.
Who can put everybody on the screen? Which Kemetic deity is represented as a goose?
Come on, La.
Sometimes he's called the Great Cackler.
Oh, I know.
Who can't answer that, and I'm challenging you on it. I want you to understand your brother has been doing this for a long time. For a long time. You can't fumble with this over the course of several weeks. You can't. So, by the way, I'm surprised no one answered that.
I don't know.
I want you to recognize that it should be absolutely clear. It should be clear. We have a deity, several deities with the sun on their head. With the sun on their head. By the way, who was Germantown's 8872?
about
Germantown
Geb.
8872 gives the correct
Speaking about
answer.
Geb.
Yes, I'm
Yes,
talking
speaking
about
about
Geb.
Geb.
He's not the only goose, by the way, but he is the most prominent.
There's two of them. There's two
By
of
the
us,
way,
Jabari.
I just
oh,
looked it
who
up.
else? Who else, Brother
Gingen
Law?
War. Gingen War. Is that how you say it? Gingen War or Gingen War for the goose, the deity?
Gengen War. I don't know which deity you're referring to. I think you're pronouncing it in a way I don't recognize.
Yeah,
but I
I'm
want you
pronouncing
to
it
hear
wrong.
this. Some of you are thinking right now, I thought Geb was a man with a large henenen penis. Sometimes he has been depicted that way. I thought Geb was the earth. Yes, he is the earth, but he's also a goose. This is symbolism. Can't you tell this is symbolism? It should be as plain as the nose on my face. But I want you to be clear. You'll never hear me say that the deities are just forces in energy. Because that term just in the English language means that I am actually minimalizing their energy and their power. You'll never hear me say that. I won't say they're just forces in energy. I'm going to say they are forces in energy.
All right, Jabari, I got to bring on the next brother. Brother Dazali, what up, brother? Dazali said, Jabari, he still don't know who to go with because he don't understand the title. Go ahead, brother Dazali. Bring it to Jabari.
Want to say peace to you, brother Saw. Peace to everybody on the panel. As far as going with either side, I will more than likely refuse to go with either side anyway, because I hate to see brothers fighting. You know, I have a big three in the House of Consciousness: Jabari, brother Reggie, and and I hate to see them go at each other. I hope that this isn't personal, that you all are still brothers, and but as far as me and the title, y'all must please forgive me. I still do not know what the heck is being said. Now y'all have broken it down to me that y'all not saying that it's literal as in physical. All right, I understand that. What other literal could y'all possibly be talking about? Are y'all going at it to say that they did believe in it or they did not believe in it? What is actually being? I am totally lost. Pretend like I don't have a darn head injury, which I do, and please break it down to me. Someone give me an example. I don't know what the heck is being said. It's just not connecting to me. Because
let me say to you, brother, it is not because you are unclear. It's not because you have a head injury. By the way, you don't sound like you have a head injury. It sounds like you're contemplating things that are very, very challenging. But I want you to understand that we are simply saying that one of the debaters is going to argue that the Kemetic people believed that the deities are literal. And the other one is saying they are not literal. They are symbolic of energies that exist in the universe. It's that simple.
Okay.
And really, when you think about it, why would Reggie even take this debate? Why? sa.neter, share my screen for a second. I'm going to just do some simple stuff. This is simple stuff. I'm not going to show
you might be giving them something, man.
No, I trust me. I already told you not to say some things that I thought were giving away some things. This is not. Okay? This comes from a scholarly source, right? Let me show you the source. Okay? This is from EBSCO, right? It's a course that is a site that is meant to assist students trying to understand concepts. And this article is by Judy Johnson. By the way, there's nothing here that anyone could not Google and find themselves. There's nothing complex that would be difficult for one to find. But I want you to read what it says. Let's just talk about Shu and Tefnut, right? Shu and Tefnut. This is what Elder Suntan was referring to. Okay, what we've talked about. Let's go further down into this article. Overview. The roots of Egyptian mythology extend so far in the past that no one author can be assigned to any particular myth. This is indeed the case in the tale of Shu and Tefnut combining to form the world. The oldest extant version comes from the text of Pepi I near the end of the 6th dynasty in the Old Kingdom. By the way, this is very old, right? Not something that newfangled people were trying to articulate, but something from the old dynasty. Pepi I is in the 5th or the 6th dynasty. Shu, the male god, represents the sun's dryness and heat and the dry atmosphere separating the earth and sky. The name Shu may come from a root word meaning parched, empty, withered, or dry. In drawing, Shu appears as a man wearing 1, 2, or 4 feathers on his head, thus connecting Shu with Sha'u, the Egyptian word for feather. The Shu holds up the sky with one hand at the place of the sunrise, the other at sunset. Also in some extant porcelain figures, blah, 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 blah. By the way, you also notice that he's sometimes depicted as being connected to the lion. Let's scroll down a little bit. Shu's consort, Tefnut, symbolizes all that was moist from the root word tef or tefnet, to spit or to be moist. Tefnut manifests in a variety of forms. Tefnut wears a sun-like disc surrounded by a snake on her head. She is sometimes shown as a lion or wearing a lion headdress. Both gods and lion gods are referred to in several passages in the Egyptian Book of the Dead. I want you to be really clear that you could read something over the course of the next 30 minutes, if you're completely unfamiliar with this, that will articulate the concept of allegorical powers, allegorical deities in the universe. This I've not read this before. I just Googled it and pulled it up from a reputable site. That's all. That's all. It's not hard. It's not hard. Who on this panel has not heard Ra or Re being emblematic of the sun? Who has not heard that? Who has not looked at, I hope not directly, the sun? The Kemetic people depicted Ra as a falcon with the sun on his head. Is this not a depiction? Are they not speaking in symbol? This should be simple to you. And by the way, if you think that I am minimalizing deities, why don't you go outside at 2 o'clock in the day on a sunny day and stare at the sun and see if you will not be in the hospital
Right, don't do
for
it.
an extended period because Ra punished you for doing that. These things are powerful. They just aren't literal.
Jabari,
That's
can I say
all I'm
something?
saying.
Jabari, can I say something to you?
Yes, please go ahead.
A lot of people, when you get into this little bang of going back and forth about the elements and things like that, but they got to understand that back in antiquity, when you look toward Ra, you needed Ra for growth in your fertility, your crops and everything like that. When you look for Shu, you look for the wind because it was so hot you needed to blow. And then when you looked for Tefnut, that was just the sky. You looked for a great day. When you look for Gab, that's the earth, that's the fertility, which it all came out. And Osiris is the water which we need to live. And they took these things and they made them as gods. People put that label on them and made them as gods, walking around with these things, but they were only concepts and principles because they needed them to survive. Am I right or wrong?
Correct, but I will make a correction. They weren't the only ones that needed them to survive.
No.
So do we. So that our Kemetic ancestors, and I don't mean that in the literal sense. I'm not saying that King Tut was my great-grandfather. I'm talking about ancestors of the African traditions. Our Kemetic ancestors were describing the forces in the universe that were so powerful that they govern every aspect of our lives. If the earth was not cloaked with sun for 1 year, I bet you half the population would cease to exist. This is very important.
Hey, Jabari, I got to move forward. I got to move forward. We got Dr. Reggie in the building. Let me bring up Sekou, and then we got Easy Bands over here. Sekou, what's
up? I know that I can't imagine we're gonna go past like 8:25, right?
Yeah, we're gonna go past that.
We're gonna go past 8:25?
Yeah, because tip-offs usually be 15 minutes to 9, stuff like that. So I just want to be able to get all these brothers because they got good questions.
Go ahead.
Brother, Sekou, let's go.
Yeah, for me, I just want to make a comment. Peace and blessing to everyone on the panel.
Peace, Sekou.
Yeah, greetings. Definitely, for me, I will say that first of all, there is some type of, I don't know, for me personally, like Jabari and Reggie debate fatigue. That's that for me, I would say I'm feeling, because I believe that this topic they've gone back and forth with it for a very long time.
There you go.
And then I think we've discussed this over and over. So it comes up again as if it's a new topic. And I feel like it's been discussed before over and over. I hope there's something new comes up in the documentation to show that there's something new that we can discover. But I believe that this topic has been dealt with several times.
It's never been debated though, Sekou.
Okay, I don't know if they went to the ring, but I came to sa.neter, and with this topic being back and forth with Jabari and
Tahuti.
And not Tahuti, Reggie. This topic, they've had back and forth on this before. In fact, it was even more vicious than it is now. It's much better now. Then it was very...
Yeah, it's better now because Reggie, he got way more information, and
okay,
he's gonna bring out some heavy
so
stuff.
For me, I will tell you this very quickly, that what we know of African tradition is that when Christianity and Islam arrived after the end of colonialism, people tried to interpret African culture based on Abrahamic tradition. And it's a very, very difficult thing to do, or very wrong. You see John Beatty, for example, who wrote a book on African religion. What he does is to take African symbolism and just use Christianity to interpret it. So if you approach African spirituality using the Christian understanding or the Islamic doctrine, you will be mistaken. You have to study it from its own perspective. How did these people see or believe what they believe? How did their culture work? Don't come with a preconceived idea, then you will have a misunderstanding. So I will take a position that Obenga says something about it, and I'm reading from African Philosophy, the Pharaonic Period, and I'm reading from page 218 very quickly. He said, we see with the dazzling clarity when we consider the Egyptian approach to the problem of life and death. The ancient Egyptians were convinced that there was a higher order, living and eternal. They conceived of the deified cosmic order as a combination of justice, truth, and call it Ma'at. So the ancient Egyptian, they conceived of an order in the universe and they named it Ma'at. And they created an image for a being a woman. So are you going to say now that justice, righteousness, which they deified into a goddess called Ma'at, you are now saying that Ma'at is literal? Is that who is going to make this argument? How are you going to say that when definitely you see their justice system, you see their entire civilization evolve around Ma'at? They were not going around thinking there is a woman in Egypt called Ma'at or is in the sky somewhere that her name was Ma'at. I don't think Egyptians were that dumb. That's all I'll say.
Can I say, Sekou, the reason why you see it the way you do is because who else would pull out Obenga's book and read a quote, not from the preface, but from page 218? If you've read the work, you understand. That's all I have to say. If you've read the work, you will understand. By the way, Theophile Obenga is one of the giants in this tradition, one of the giants in understanding ancient Kemet.
All right, let me move on over to Easy Bands. What's up, brother? What you got for us? I seen you last night getting it in, pounding on them dudes over there, brother.
Yes,
I
sir.
thought a lot. I see.
Yes, sir. Yo,
on the HOK, brother.
Salute.
Me proud over here, man.
Respects. Salute, man. And you know, I shouted you out enough. You know.
Yeah, no doubt.
I could, and tried to represent for the HOK still.
Yes,
And,
sir.
yeah, we did our thing, man. I'm glad you've seen that.
Yes, sir. You doing your thing. I'm proud of you.
Respects,
You
man.
know, you
Respects for
represent
making that
the
work too.
okay, that's what's up.
All right, so just about this whole thing, man. It's, you know, I'm listening to this and it's crazy. You know, I respect Jabari's scholarship and everything he's been doing, but sometimes, you know, when you have people that's stuck in their ways and, you know, and they've been doing it for so long, those people are usually like the ones that hold back the you know the progress of new information and new understandings, because they've dedicated all these years in something that was false, right? And so it's embarrassing for them to say, oh, I've spent 30 years, you know, studying something that was false or believing in something that was false. And that's what I think is happening with Brother Jabari over here, because when we listen to how he's describing these deities as, you know, energies and principles and stuff like that, that kind of language wasn't even found back in the day, in the time that these deities were around, right? You find, for instance, the term, I think, principles was used by philosophers, I think Greek philosophers, like in the 3rd and 4th century AD. That's when you find that term being used to describe these deities, right? Not by the original people that created the deities in terms of like the idea of them. You find, for instance, energies, the term energies being used in the 19th century by New Age esoteric occultists, right? So it's basically the Reconstructionists that are using these terms. All right. So that's why I say Brother Jabari is using the modern worldview, you know, a New Age esoteric worldview, and then projecting it onto the ancient people. The brother, peace and blessings to Brother Sekou, but you know, the point that he brought about John Mbiti is one that comes from bias, right? Because John Mbiti is world renowned, and his work is one of the, I think, if not the most, is probably the most referenced work when it comes to the history of
All right, you got to ask a question, brother, so we can get in.
All right, bet. I'm just laying the foundation right quick.
All right.
Okay, so all right. So if I want to ask a question, I would probably ask Brother Jabari, because the onus is on him to show that these deities were not literal, because to show and not to show, but to show his primary text that proves that these deities, or shows that these deities are not literal. So if you can show us that, I'll be happy with that, because
well, he can't show it now, brother. There's a debate coming up. Hey, you trying to flip
right.
people, bro?
All right, so he can't show us that. All right, cool.
Yeah,
that's what I asked the first time.
I've actually already shown that.
No, you haven't. You haven't. What you've done is add your conjecture to what you're reading, right? So you've shown us something that you're reading, and then you're adding your conjecture, saying that, oh, this means that they're not literal. This means that they're symbolic, or whatever it may be.
Can I ask a question?
Answer that. You haven't answered that. I'd like to see that, and on top of that, I would also like to see you answer Osaze's question that he asked you about praying to these inanimate objects. All right, you didn't answer that neither. You know, why pray to an inanimate object? That's spooky, right? That doesn't have a personality. It can't answer you. Can't do nothing. So, you know, so it seems like sa.neter is rushing me, but I had actually. All right, so this is the last thing I wanted to say. So by your logic, Jabari, it seems as though if you look at a depiction of like the solar system and the orbits of the planets, right? You look at it in the textbook. Because, so I can conclude using your own logic that because it doesn't look like that in reality, that those things, that the description that I'm seeing in a textbook, that you know, what I'm seeing is not literal. But you know that it is literal. We have a solar system, we have stars, we have the planets, etc., and we know their orbits. But the way they're put in a textbook will look different from the real reality. So using that logic, it should help you understand that the way these people were artistically depicting their deities on the walls or whatever it is, the text.
Make your point, brother. Let's go.
Damn, bro, like.
Brother, right. I got something to do, man. At 8:30 around there, man.
All
That's
right,
what I'm saying. You heard me rushing Jabari before you even got up.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I'm not just doing this for you, brother. If you would have came up earlier, you could have got to join in.
All right, bet. Okay, so I mean, if you can respond to what I just said, then, you know.
All right.
Okay. First of all, I want to say that it's really important for you said that I haven't done this. You do this a lot. I give you an answer and then you say I haven't given an answer. You do that a lot. So when you come back on the screen, I want you to tell me which Kemetic text did I show you in response to your question? Because if you can't answer which text, you don't have to agree that my answer was sufficient for your liking, but can you at least say which text did I show you when we had this conversation? If you can't answer that, then I think what you are going to prove is that you weren't listening clearly. And I want to answer it in some ways this way, sa.neter. He mentioned the solar system, right? sa.neter, could you please share my screen? Who is this? Anyone know? Obviously, he's not an ancient African deity, although the Europeans that created this image were referencing Africa. Look at the being on top of his head.
Who is that? Osaze?
Who is this? Who is it?
Oh, no,
is that Serapis? Is that Osaze or no?
No. Let me ask another question of Easy Bands. Which planet is closest to the Earth?
Brother, how about you just answer my question, man?
No, just answer the question, and then you'll see where I'm going. Which planet is closest to the Earth?
I'd say Mars.
You're looking at Mars, brother. This is Mars. You didn't know that?
So, are you answering my question about Kemet?
What I'm saying to you, what I'm saying to you. Wait, hold on. What I'm saying to you that you may not be understanding is that there's more than one way to describe something. There is a way for you to describe something literally. You can describe the sun literally, but we see the Kemetic people anthropomorphize the sun. And believe it or not, as you mentioned, the solar system, each and every one of them is named after European deities. So they did the same thing too. You're looking at Mars, but you know that there's literally a planet that we call Mars. But wait a minute. The people that said this was Mars, did they think that this was the planet? Or is it symbolism? Is it symbolism? Brother, I'm not sure why you don't get this. It's everywhere around us. How this works.
Yo, sorry, are you serious? Come on, man.
That's how this works.
Man.
Which text did I show you when you challenged me on the literalism, on the actual descriptions of the
you didn't
Kemetic
answer
deity?
any of my questions.
I
brother.
showed you a text. Which, wait a minute.
Just went to the Greeks.
Listen,
That's all you
don't have to agree with my assessment. I'm asking you to even show that you have any memory of what I said. What text did I show you?
So the first time we're talking about this topic, you went to the text. I think it was the pyramid text for Unas, the hymns.
No, actually, you went to the pyramid text of Unas.
No, you did first. I brought that as a response to the next time.
We can do that. No. Let me help you. I showed you the illustrated Reyu, Pert, Emheru, and Ger of Hunefer. That's what I showed you. Sometimes it is called the judgment scene. Now,
yes,
I know that it seems like it's just a drawing, but it's literally a text.
Yep, I remember that.
And I showed you that when Hunefer was judged, you know that Sekou has that at his hand because Sekou reads a lot, right? I mean, that's why I love my brother Sekou. One of the things that you have to recognize is when you look at that text, you will see that Hunefer dies. And then because he is judged, eligible to go into the afterlife, he becomes a Sar. I'm not lying to you about the text. You could read it yourself. He becomes a Sar. Easy Bands, if everyone could become a Sar, how could a Sar be literal? I am literally Jabari, the bald-headed historian with the glasses and the beard, because there is no one else that can be me. But if everyone else can be me, now all of a sudden I cannot be talking about a literal person. I'm talking about a state, something that one can attain. That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
This is so simple. I don't know.
And all you have to do is read the text. You may not, I'm not saying you're going to become someone that follows the Kemetic tradition. I'm not saying that. But I am saying at least understand it. Read it and understand.
Sorry for interruption. Does he believe that the Holy Spirit is a dove? If he believes the Holy Spirit is a bird. I don't know.
Say that again. Say it again.
Does Easy Ben believe the Holy Spirit is a bird?
Sir, how come you muting me and letting Sekou speak? But I'll answer that because he's actually helping me with that. Sekou, thank you for asking that. That's perfect. You see that the Holy Spirit sometimes is represented as a dove, but then doesn't mean that the Holy Spirit is not a literal person. The Holy Spirit is a literal person. We know that, and as Christians, we believe that.
That's not a question. That's not a question. Is it a bird?
So you're helping me with what you just said.
And it's not the question. Is it a bird or not?
Yeah, and I'm telling you that it's not a bird. All right. Now,
why did they use a bird?
So hold on.
Why did they use a bird then?
Let me finish. Because they use the aspects of the dove, right? As in purity, etc., etc. Hold on. Aspects of the dove, right? To describe the literal deity, to describe the literal person of the Holy Spirit. So you're proving my point. That's what I'm saying to y'all. When you see the artistic depictions, those are simply artistic depictions of things that they see as aspects that define that the characteristics of the deities. Now, the deities are presented in various forms. You know that.
Symbolize rebirth.
You know that. So
can I ask my question, sir? I'm the only person that hasn't been able to.
Yo, bro, chill. That doesn't mean that the deities are not literal. Now, I could have read something for you guys from Encyclopedia Britannica if sa.neter would let me, but I know he has.
All right, no. Hold on, Easy Ben. That's it. Cause I got to get ready to move. I got to bring on Dr. Reggie. Dr. Reggie, I got to bring on.
I didn't get a chance to ask the question. I
know
got a chance to ask. You ask everybody.
Okay, go ahead. Ask your question, brother. We're gonna let Reggie.
Yeah.
Come next.
It's gonna be quick. It's not gonna be long and drawn out.
Go ahead, brother.
I just first want to say, Brother Jabari, as one of my teachers, I've been having to wear a bulletproof vest in the House of Consciousness because I've been catching bullets.
That's right.
Defending what you have taught and others. But I do want to ask you this. There was a critique on the opening of the way that you had performed.
When you gonna be a member of the Shrine of Ma'at, man?
Hold on, I want to ask this question because there was a critique given without you there, and I saw MCAR gave us a brief, but you understand it fully. So I would love if you could explain the opening of way and why you guys chose everything that you chose, everything that surrounded that whole ceremony. If you can explain why you chose to do everything that you did, or Baba Heru, peace to him, why he chose. And I'll listen. Thank you.
Really, I'm gonna try to answer this quickly, and it's not gonna do it justice, but I will try to answer it quickly. Understand that the opening of the way is a ceremony, a ritual, right? It's something that practitioners of not just the Shrine of Ma'at, but many shrines do, because it reminds us, it connects us to the concept, the idea, the fundamental reality that we are the universe. So that in the opening of the way, you will see that each of the deities that are associated with the cardinal points, north, south, east, and west, are also associated with our viscera, our organs. We are the universe. And so that ceremony reminds us just how infinite and powerful we actually are. It's the kind of ceremony that one should do whenever they're going to do something challenging, because it reminds them that challenging things are still beneath them, that they are infinite and powerful.
Thank you, brother.
All right, let me bring on my brother, Dr. Reggie. Dr. Reggie had vowed to take down Brother Jabari, the Floyd Mayweather of the House of Consciousness. That is to remain to be seen. And I think Reggie got something hidden. He got some hidden knowledge, man. Jabari, I just pray to Allah That you don't underestimate this brother, bro. Brother
Yep.
Reggie, I'll give you the mic, brother.
Well, it's good to see everybody, and it's good to see Brother Jabari defending and promoting the debate and the discussion, the academic discussion that we will have. So that is great. So peace to everybody. Well, if I had a question, my question would be the ceremony of the opening of the way with that you created. Uh, if you can tell us what is where is the artifact that you uh, borrowed for that ceremony? What is it? If I had a question.
Well, let me say to you, I didn't create the opening of the way.
Oh.
The opening of the way was put into its current configuration. That's the way I usually describe it, by Baba Heru Ankh Samad Se Patah. So I certainly was not the creator of the opening of the way. But I want you to know that there are many places where you will see the actual the material culture that makes up the opening of the way. Perhaps the clearest place for one to look if you were going to do research is look at the orientation of the Mesu Heru, sometimes known by the Greek term canopic jars, in the tomb of Tutankhamen. When you do that, it'll help you get a better understanding as to why that ceremony was created in the manner that it was.
So I'm just a little bit confused because I do know that the origin, the author of it may have taken it from the Tutankhamun, those the treasures, but the writing that's there, does it say Anuk and Nezarek, or did the author change it from Jed Medu?
No, I want to be clear that I'm sorry, were you finished? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, it's fine.
Oh, I want to say that the symbol and the deities that are described actually come from that. But some of the words are words that were added by the creator. Anuk means I am.
Right.
That's what it means. You could say Anek, Inek, depending on how you translate, how you vocalize it. Right? You could say a Nezarek as well. Right. So that is where it comes from. But the ceremony itself is not something you're going to see in full form on ancient walls. You may remember that as I've described why Kemetic shrines do things, I always tell you that there are 3 standards. I'm not going to go through them there, but now because of the time. But the middle one is where the opening of the way comes from. Simply, it was put together from things that were wholly existent in the ancient world amongst those people that were practicing the Kemetic tradition. But the ceremony itself is not something you're going to see on the walls. It was put together from things that were.
Right, because it was made up from people trying to interpret what the ancient Africans were doing, but it was made up because the coffin in the Metropolitan Museum of Art in the Middle Kingdom pretty much is the origin of that concept. It's a coffin. And we read the coffin, and it seems that Anuk and Nezarek was added for indwelling spirits rather than what the Neters were saying, Jed Medu. Well, I'll see you at the debate. It's a pleasure to chit chat. But if you're going to bring stuff to the debate that's made up to make your point, please don't do that.
Well, the first thing I would say to you is that everything in the world is made up, right? But very clearly, I hope you don't think that I'm going to argue the opening of the way to describe whether the ancients viewed the Neteru of ancient Kemet as literal. There would be no reason to do that. There would be no reason to do that. I'm going to simply show you the words of scholars and ancient texts. That's what you'll see.
Well, I will. I will bring up primary material to show what the Africans actually said and done, and you can read it if you can. But the issue is that when we're interpreting Africa, and they have words and they have literature, and they wrote what they wrote, whether I believe it or you believe it or anybody else believes it, from the information that we have, it seems that they mostly believed it. And so I will bring those materials, because when you start, and I heard someone in the chat say, "Oh well."
Turn on the camera, Reggie, so that people can see your handsome self.
No, I'm not prepared. I'm
Okay,
actually
okay.
Well, thank you. So the question, the question is we will get to what is literal or not, but I do think there is a number of Egyptologists that they are real, and I think that there is a number of occultists who don't read the meta-nature, and metaphysical people that don't believe that they were forces and energies. So I will bring in those materials, and my critique is, why make stuff up when it's actually in the culture? Otherwise, you don't respect the culture. You're doing something else. It doesn't. It just confuses
Well,
me.
let me ask you, Brother Reggie, the same
I'd love
question
to
I want to
answer
ask
that.
Jabari. Are you going? Say that again, Jabari.
I'd love to respond to what he just said as well.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna let you respond before I take him off track. Go ahead, Jabari.
Let me say to you very clearly, you're talking about the opening of the way. This debate, I hope you don't think it's about the opening of the way. If you think that the debate is about the opening of the way, you might be preparing something that will leave you wholly nude in the debate.
No.
I want you to hear that it should be very, very clear that when you read the primary text, you will be very clear what the Kemetic people were articulating. And I also heard the little slight you made. You can read it if you can. I hope you know that I'm going to be prepared with your quote. Because see, before the discussion that I had with our brother Tahuti on the West Coast, you agreed with me. And then you came forward and said that he convinced you of something. And I said to you on a live with sa.neter, but brother, I thought you said that you would only listen to someone who could read the meta-netter. Tahuti can't read the meta-netter. Your response was, yes, but he reads the text. There are lots of English translations. I hope you know you're going to hear that. So, and I told you then that I was going to play it. I didn't even know we were going to be. But I told you that it was going to come back and bite you like a lion. Notice I said like a lion. That's called
we're not being argumentative. I could make I can make a determination and then reread and fix what I had to say. The fact of the matter is, unfortunately, when y'all were having discussion, I initially took your side, and then I went back and reread the material. But I initially took your side, which was not as accurate. And so, don't use my words. You can use my words, but just prepare to deal with the title of the debate. Just it's important for you as a professor, and academic, right?
So let me ask you now, Reggie. First, Jabari, are you still waiting on the permission for the school?
No, I don't think they're not answering me. I don't think they're going to give me permission to do it.
All right, so let me go back to Reggie. Reggie, I'm going to ask you the question I asked Jabari. Are you going into this debate underestimating Brother Jabari? And if so, let the people know what you're going to do to Jabari in this debate.
Well, I'm not going in underestimating our good brother Jabari. What I am going in is with the text, the translations, transliterations of the text. So Excuse me. I really don't really care about Brother Jabari in this debate. I care about what Jabari has said in the context of this.
You think Jabari made a boo-boo?
I think, sometimes a student has to kind of work along with what they initially, when they join something, and they initially have to go with that, and then they broaden it with their own ideas. Unfortunately, Baba Haru Samaj Sepata is not here to talk, and because I would have the conversation with a number of the scholars, but nevertheless, this is what the debate topic is. It's been shoehorned into just literal, and I'm gonna accept that. And we're gonna see everybody. We'll chit chat before, and you see, we're not angry at each other, right?
Right.
We're not angry at each other. We're calling each other names. It's good to see him. But we will discuss it during the debate. So, but anyway,
you sound so confident, Reggie.
Well, the example, the EBSCO, thing that he pulled up, there's something called quick reading and speed reading, right? And so the parts that was problematic to him, he sped read it over, right? And and the last thing I was saying, because I said on the other show, is hey, Jabari, hey, there's something called misleading, and there's even legal terms that are even rough, right? You don't have a shrine to energy, right? You have a shrine to, you don't have a shrine to a principle. You don't. You have a shrine to a literal agent.
Hey, this is the first time I got to say this, Reggie.
Yeah.
This is the first time that I seen Hebrew Israelites rolling with a Hebrew killer. And that is you, brother. Easy Bears is rolling with you.
Yes, sir.
You know why they're rolling with you? I'm going to tell you why. It's because Jabari have done so much damage to the Israelites that they feel that the only one that could take down Jabari is you, Reggie. That's why. Look at Easy Bears. He's happy. He's smiling. Look at him. Look at him.
But I know that they more mad because for so many years, everybody representing Kemet was saying, yeah, y'all spooked out for worshiping y'all God. But now it's appropriate to worship to pray to the air. It's appropriate to pray to moisture. It's appropriate. That's not appropriate. And I am like, I'm flabbergasted. Like sa.neter, I'm sitting here at the crib flabbergasted. Like we pray to water, and me saying it's spooky was disrespectful.
Yes.
No, you're talking to inanimate, something that cannot communicate with you. That's spooky. If anybody else is doing that, we'd be like, man, that's spookism.
Hey, I'm
with Reggie. I got
to say this to you, Ashe.
Word up.
I'm surprised at you, brother Ashe, and Easy Bears, because you're supposed to know what our ancestors went through. They give praise to the water that keeps them alive. They give praise to the sun, to the energy that keeps them alive, brother. They give praise to all the forces that keeps them alive. That don't mean they looking at them as, oh, these are my gods. And this, brother, I'm surprised at you for even thinking.
I'm not setting up no shrine to no water.
Even thinking that because the ancestors would hold their hands in their face, and when they get that's like when Brother La and a lot of us spiritual people, we will pray and give thanks for the food that we eating before we eat it, brother.
sa.neter, can I help you there?
And what you praying? Hold on, wait, watch this. And what are you praying to, sa.neter?
Hold on. Help me out, say cool. Go ahead, brother.
There's something called gratitude, even in psychology.
There you go.
Gratitude has, even when you are not even religious, you are told that every morning you wake up, it's a psychological exercise in positive psychology, where you thank, you are grateful to yourself. You are grateful
Right.
for what you have. You are grateful for the water.
Right.
You even speak it out. Sometimes we tell some of the people we are working with in the recovery from addiction that you have to do that literally, speak it out. Sit down in the morning and say, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that. It's good for the mind. So for you to even sit down and say it's spooky to even speak in the air, it means that you have no understanding of the human mind. And
Hey, sa.neter.
And that's where you completely wrong. And this is how they try to pigeonhole conversations. You pigeonhole the conversation into gratitude when you don't just set up a shrine for gratitude.
Hold one second. I'm just letting you know, folks, I have an emergency, so I have to leave.
All right, brother Jabari.
So we'll talk later, okay?
I gotta get you and I gotta get you and Reggie on here sometime in 2 weeks for the weigh-in.
Yes, sir.
All right. So go ahead, man. We gotta close this out.
Yeah, we can close it out, but like even, you know, and shout out to the brother Kasai, even when he wild a couple papyrus, when they even show how the even ancient Cometians was speaking to the deities and asking the deities to aid them in battle. Come on, bro, that's more than just showing reverence. I get what you're trying to say. My name is Ashe, so I know all about reverence. Don't get me wrong, but we don't. But we not praying. Come on, bro, like y'all playing around. We not praying to the water, bro. I'm gonna end right here, and I'm gonna let y'all go. This is why I asked the brother Jabari though. I said, how close is what you're doing to spookism? He didn't answer that question. He tried to demonize the term spookism. Spookism is dealing with the supernatural, trying to deal with something, talk to something, communicate with something that is inanimate. How close? It was the question I asked. Is what he's doing to what the Christians doing? And right now, I'm gonna be honest with the family. It's not seeming that far away.
Yes, sir. Hey man, I
disagree with you.
Right, and if I had the opportunity,
here's what you disagree with. Who cares?
Of course, you don't care. You just got explosive.
Where a lot started in history. They civilized many lives in antiquity, and their influence living ubiquity.
Come on, that's a classic.
Gambit. It's where a lot started in history. They civilized.
We gonna do Rhetoric Frontier tomorrow, man. Make sure y'all Rhetoric Frontier tomorrow. We gonna do it.
I got you, brother. I'll be there.
With science and culture was a tangible fact.
We gonna continue.
With language and history was written down in sex of stone, where African indigenous ruled in flesh and bone. For thousands of years, it was just their home, till invaders came in and possessed their homes, trying to take their identity with enmity, their divinity and energy. So let's remedy their villainy. Now we change the tide. You can't hide with false claims and false names and false pride, false outrage. We've turned the page. Your confidence is frayed. All your fabrications are slayed and have no sway.
If you think we here to play, we're here to say on any given day, we not afraid to catch the fade. Gambit is where a lot started in history. They civilized many lives in antiquity, and their influence living ubiquity.